Good afternoon. Welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts here on Great Day Connecticut.
Did you watch any of the Olympics?
No, I didn't yet.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to either, but I saw.
I watched some of the videos. Like I saw the snowboarder.
Did you see Nathan Chen?
I didn't.
He's just unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
He got the highest score in the history of men's figure skating, 113 plus points.
Yeah, and it's like your Super Bowl, so I know.
It's like this.
I do like watching figure skating because it's incredible.
They just make it look so effortless that you think you can just get out there on the ice.
Because it requires great effort to make something effortless.
It's unbelievable.
All right.
So anyway, the U.S. has no gold, according to Rich Vitale. Oh. So Nathan Chen is our hope, and we're hoping that he can bring home the gold. Just think good thoughts for him. Think good thoughts for him.
You know, a lot of people are focused on the big game, and Joe is making something.
I'm excited to have Joe Zone on the show today.
So maybe you could make his special dip for your figure skating watching.
That would be absolutely
Instead of the
awesome.
Super Bowl, you could do that.
You know, why don't you go fly a kite?
It's Go Fly a Kite Day.
It's Go Fly a Kite Day.
Yeah. I don't know why. I think Fly a Kite Day shouldn't be today.
I don't think it should be in
the
February,
spring.
But
maybe it's for the rest of the world. But I'm not flying a kite today.
Florida, South Carolina, California. Not so much here in New England, although it is going to be a nice breezy day today.
It's associated with spring weather and wholesome family fun.
Yes.
Not here in New England.
When did this whole start? 470
A million years
BC?
ago.
Yeah,
it used to be done with silks and all of that. It was actually, they said that Benjamin Franklin actually flew a kite near some power lines in an electrical storm, and that's not a joke. He really did that.
Where were there power lines when Benjamin Franklin was around? I'm just
so maybe that's not accurate.
Am I crazy
I don't know.
or what? Right? Am I nuts? Were there power lines around when Benjamin Franklin
Maybe
was
he
here?
just did it during the electrical storm. Yeah, you're right. There wouldn't have been power lines.
What was that, PSE&G and Eversource back then? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to watch The Gilded Age if there was like an episode back then. All right, but they used to be made of bamboo and silk. So I do like kites. It's very relaxing to do, except it's frustrating if it doesn't work.
I'm always afraid it's going to come hurling down out of the sky and hit someone. So I tend not to do it. And I watch very carefully other kite flyers on the beach. Because typically that's where I see them is on the beach.
So perhaps a sense of normalcy will be returning to Connecticut schools. Yesterday, Governor Lamont and other states did this as well. He said he's no longer going to have a mask mandate. There'll be no rules from the state that you have to wear a mask in school. He's going to leave it up to the mayors and the superintendent. So it's kind of going to depend. And that, I guess, I haven't really been able to figure out what our district's going to do yet. So it's a little too premature to say to your kids, you're done wearing masks.
Did you see the poll? It was like one of the highest rated polls we've ever had. Over 10,000 people chimed in. And 60% were good, 40% were, we're not quite sure about this. It was pretty interesting. So I think you can still weigh in, WFSB.com. But
the Vote Now poll.
Kind of like right down the middle there. You know, people really love this idea, or people think we should continue to wear the mask. But now it's up to the superintendents.
He's going to let the mayors and the superintendents decide. So there's going to be different things in different towns. So we will continue to watch that for you.
Yeah, you can still tell your kid.
You can still ask your kid to wear.
Yeah,
you know what? I think the difference, though, for so many kids is that right now they're all comfortable wearing them because everyone's wearing them.
Exactly, right.
So they don't want to,
It's like helmets skiing.
I know. I was telling you, you can't go skiing without a helmet. You hadn't been in a gazillion years. There's no one who skis without a helmet.
I was like, who needs a helmet? I didn't ski with a helmet growing up. And Kara's like, you have to wear a helmet. And I get on the slopes, not one person without a helmet on.
Right.
The entire ski resort.
First of all, not only is it smart, but it makes skiing so much nicer. It's warmer.
Yeah, it's warmer. I was like, this is great, this helmet thing. They're like, yeah. I said to the guy, because I rented all my equipment, I said, should I rent a helmet? And he looked at me, he laughed. He goes, you're renting a helmet. I said, okay.
A lot of mountains require it.
Yeah. So I don't know if I went to Okemo. So
I'm not sure if it's required. There might be. Yeah. They might have just thought you were kidding when you asked.
Probably. They probably did think I was kidding. Well, look at this, Kara. Tom Brady's back in the news.
Well, people are harping in on the comment that says never say never.
Never say never.
And, he said he's trying to be as honest as he possibly can, that, he's making the decision. And I get this. He's never had this situation where he's not going to play football anymore. So it's probably a big thing to say, right, I'm never joining the game again. He doesn't want to have anything come back to haunt him. But he says, for now, I've made the best decision for myself. But he did say never say never. He's going to take it moment by moment.
I just think I'm going to take things as they come.
I mean, he's got this an amazing life and this beautiful family, and goodness knows there's other things he can do. I guess he just has to imagine what would he feel like doing those other things.
I think that's the best way to put it, and I don't think anything, you never say never. Tom
I don't know how I'll
Brady.
feel 6 months from now. He says. Now, Joe
Right.
Jones coming on because he's making his big game dip.
We'll ask Joe.
And I talked to him a little bit in the makeup room.
You did?
He says he thinks he's done, but he said he's going to miss him because he always misses greatness.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
that there's nothing else for him to accomplish.
That's what I appreciate. I appreciate that. Greatness it is. All right, Billie Eilish might sing about being a bad guy, but she proved she wasn't over the weekend. She stopped her concert when one of her fans lost her breath. She couldn't, apparently the poor young lady couldn't breathe. So Billie Eilish stopped the concert and she said, get this woman help. They ended up getting her help and an inhaler. And she got back up on her feet and she enjoyed the rest of the concert from the stands.
Oh, that's so nice.
Isn't
Good that she
nice?
saw her. Because,
I know, right?
You're in a concert, maybe you don't have your inhaler, and all of a sudden there's an asthma attack. That can be really frightening and dangerous.
Absolutely, 100%. So good for her. That's good news. I'm glad to hear that.
All right, so if Jeff Bezos wants his super yacht, apparently some Dutch preservationists say they're going to hit it with rotten eggs if they're going to dismantle an old
It's the
bridge.
best story ever.
Can you imagine just out there
eggs.
throwing the rotten eggs at the super yacht?
Get your rotten eggs out. First of all, where do you get rotten eggs? You gotta create
You
them
just
first.
leave them out.
Is that what happens? I don't think I've ever smelt a rotten egg.
Oh, you can imagine what they might smell like, right?
I smell a regular egg. and
So
it
anyway,
stinks.
if you've missed the story, he can't get his super yacht out from where it's being built unless they dismantle this 140-year-old bridge. Now, he has said he will put it all back together, even build them a better one, but the preservationists do not want it taken down.
You think you would have, again, I'm going to say it again, you think you would have specced out the specs before you built the yacht that was too big to get out of the yard.
Well, there's a story here. Whoever built that yacht must have known. Did they just assume they could take it down? What did they think?
They just said, oh, he's got enough money, we'll take the bridge down. That's it.
That's the bridge.
And now they're saying no.
They don't want to take it down. They don't want to build bigger and better. No.
I love throwing rotten eggs at the ship. That is so symbolic. It's absolutely hysterical.
And they said people with money should realize that they just can't do everything they want.
I tend to agree.
So
that's the way it goes.
We'll see what happens.
All right, Samsung's newest devices will also feature a new material. I think it comes out tomorrow. The electronics company has incorporated plastic from repurposed fish nets into its products, Kara. This is awesome.
Okay. And so it's going to be in the new Galaxy devices.
Okay.
And this is a UN report that says the company will use 640,000 tons of fishing nets that have been abandoned and discarded every year. And those linger in the ocean, and they do a lot of damage to our coral reefs. They trap wildlife.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So, hey, if they can find a way to turn these horrible ocean killers into a cell phone part, that's pretty amazing.
It is truly amazing. Scientists have created a new material that combines the strength of steel and lightness of plastic, Kara. This is the science show of Better Connecticut. Look at this.
What's his name? Bill Nye? Where's Bill Nye?
Bill Nye, the science guy. Researchers with the MIT revealed their creation in a study published in Nature last week. They say it's made from the same substance that makes plastic. It's the lightweightest plastic, but it's as strong as steel. Could you imagine that?
And it's harder to break than bulletproof glass.
That's amazing.
So what are they going to do? They're going to make it into large quantities to make everything from lightweight coatings for cars or phones and even bridges. Maybe they could use that out in the Netherlands.
Exactly. Maybe they can get in touch with Jeff Bezos and they can build a bridge out of this stuff.
Okay. This is big news, I think. The two lowest fare airlines, Spirit Airlines and Frontier Airlines, two of the lowest, they're merging. If it works and the government approves, they're going to be the fifth largest airline in the country, worth $6.6 billion. And, we have both of them out of Bradley. So They say it'll amount to thousands of flights. We don't know what it's going to be called yet.
Yeah, it's going to be called Spearfront.
Did they say that?
No, I'm just totally made that up.
They said yesterday they didn't know. You convinced me to try Spirit, and I had no problem. I've never flown Frontier yet, but I do like the budget airlines for short flights. Like, why not just get on and leave? Like, why do we have to make it this huge, expensive thing? I'm okay that they don't give me all the fancy stuff.
I just don't like the a la carte for everything. The luggage, the drink, the water.
Yeah.
The seat. You want a better seat, you got to pay. Well, that's on every.
Yeah, by the time you do everything,
it's the same price.
Or you could just say that you don't need all that and just carry on a bag and go.
Carry on a bag and go. Everything's included on Southwest, according to Jamie, our
Yes,
executive
Southwest.
producer.
I do love Southwest, although, depending, you just have to check around Bradley because sometimes hugely different prices depending on where you're going.
Absolutely. All right, now we're talking about planes, and flying a plane is difficult, but what if you flew a plane blindfolded?
Two brothers in Miami did this and achieved it on Sunday. They did it after months in research and training, and they're trying to pull off a blind flight. Wow. To break a world record. Now, I guess they must have done it safely so that they had instruments and all this. But
and one is giving verbal cues to the other.
Okay.
Letting them know, but you have no comprehension. It's like you're completely in the dark. You have no which way.
You just have to rely on your internal senses.
Internal senses and the help from your brother.
Okay.
That's pretty wild. So they're hoping to get into the Guinness Book of World Records for having flown blindfolded. And
now they developed a code to use between the two of you. Yeah, so that I don't know, like certain things they knew.
Well, they said
what it meant.
It came up from an idea when they were in the pandemic. He said he got this inspiration from the story of India, of the king. He was able to aim and shoot an arrow blindfolded and was amazed how a person being blindfolded can achieve such a task. So he said, I'm going to fly a plane blindfolded.
All right.
And there you have it. All right. All right,
should we close our eyes and do it?
Let's cut.
We've got a great show for you today. We've got great Valentine's Day gifts coming up.
You're cheating. You're cheating.
No, look, my eyes are shut.
All right, go ahead.
And I know that Trey Rogers is coming to show us some discounts.
No, that's not next.
It's not? Okay.
And the big game. The big game is less than a week away. Joe Zone is here. He's going to be telling us how to make his family's buffalo chicken dip.
There's a little controversy about this recipe, though.
Yeah, I heard.
You're watching Great Day Connecticut on this Tuesday afternoon. We'll be right back.